this is we know, sir, about Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. And he is Afzal al-Rusul, sir, we know. Now there is a hadith which worried me a little bit when I read that. This is from Tirmidhi. Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam ने फरमाया, जिसने कहा कि मोहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम हजरत यूनुस अलैहिस्सलाम से बेहतर हैं, उसने झूठ बोला. I don't understand really.
In fact, I don't know the translation, how far this translation is correct, but the version of this hadith which I remember is different. Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La tufaddiluni ala Yunus ibn Matta." Don't declare me to be superior to Yunus ibn Matta. That is the prophet of the way. Now, why it happened, that I also quoted in Khalfina Sahana. That shows the attitude of Islam towards the sensibilities of other religions. Islam does not claim that people should have regard to your sentiments and you have the superior right of injuring others. On the contrary, Islam says that you are made for sacrifice. Even if your sensibilities are injured and ill-treated, you should give way to others' sensitivities and do not injure them. Have regard to them even if you do not have to speak the whole truth. It is not a negation of a fact. It is abstention from speaking something out. Now I will further explain and then you will understand. Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam was approached by some people and it was complained against some Muslims that they hurt us when they claim that you are superior to our prophet Jonah. And they say it so exultingly that our feelings are hurt. So Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam was deeply annoyed, despite the fact that he knew he was better. He said, "This is no manner of culture which you are adopting. I have given you a very fine culture of understanding, of looking after others' sensibilities and their sensitivities and to have regard for their sentiments. So you are behaving like uncultured people. Why do you have to say that?" Now this is a situation which is better understood by ordinary people through some other illustrations. If somebody has got only one eye, is it not a truth to call him a one-eyed person? Huh?
Yes.
Is it not a truth to say that, "Look here, I have two eyes and you have one eye"? If some child behaves like that stupidly, will not the parents punish him and say, "Look here, you have never to repeat this to hurt him. He's hurt." Despite the fact that you are telling the truth. You have two eyes and that gentleman has one eye, but we had absolutely no right to exert on this and say that in a sense of superiority that, "Look here, I am much better, I have two eyes and you have one eye." And some stupid people say, we have a habit of telling the truth. We can't abstain from telling the truth. This is not so. They should say that we have some beastly habits which are inhuman. To tell the truth is not always recommended. It requires how to tell, where the truth is to be told. That investigation has to be made before you decide whether somebody acted rightly or wrongly. There are places when to tell the truth is not necessary. It is only necessary when you are asked and you have no way out. Suppose somebody had asked this question to the companions of Ahmad sallallahu, who is better, Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or Jonah, the prophet of the way? Then the answer would always be Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this could never have been prevented by Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because this is truth. If they had not said it, then it could be a lie. But for the followers of Muhammad to abstain from exulting over the followers of Jonah was a better culture. It was not suppression of truth. Two different things altogether. This hadith I had heard of so many times, so many others had, but I didn't know the importance of this until I came across a Christian from the Middle East who met me here a few days ago. He is from Assyrians, and he told me that Assyrians have the greatest love for Jonah, the prophet of the way. He said, despite the fact that they are Christians, they still follow him. They have the highest respect for him, and even keep the fast of the way. That is, for 3 days and 3 nights, they totally abstain from eating anything in memory of that. And they think that of all the purifying acts, this is the most purifying. If somebody wants to repent before God and wants to be cleansed of his sins, according to their view, Jonah, the prophet, is to be followed in that sacrifice. If he does that, somebody does that, then he comes out completely clean, as he came out clean out of the bed. So perhaps such people existed naturally, they did, because they are the descendants of those people. Such Christians existed in the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and because they were very deeply hurt, and it was possible that this exaltation on the part of the Muslims may lead them astray from truth, may put them in a position of hostility and animosity towards Muhammad instead of bringing them closer. So from every point of view, this was the right teaching. But qazaba, that is something which is inexplicable. It must have been a wrong version of the same tradition. La tafadiluni ala Yunus Yonah. But if ever Anselm said it, and that tradition and that version are the same thing, is to be taken as correct version, then my explanation would be that this must have happened before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was categorically told that you are the best of the prophets. After that, he couldn't have said that Kazeba, that he told a lie.
Could this be the translation after the Muslim saying, Sache over Jutun ka Tazallal Ikhtiar?
No, it has no. This is a different situation altogether.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.